it could be, in sleepless nights, insomnia, where
Yes.
you can't sleep constantly,
Mm.
you isolate yourself from society. There's a difference from you isolating yourself from society and being an introvert. So
Yes.
there's an introvert that everybody knows that you're an introvert. Yes, you can be social, but with your circle, with your
Yes.
people that you're
Yes.
close. And then there's that one who isolates them even from those people that they are close to, friends, family. That's when it's a symptom of that can lead to anxiety.
Take it physical, take walks, be around people, get something that's gonna make you busy. And trust me, you're gonna escape anxiety, you're gonna escape the whole stress, and you're gonna escape depression.
Welcome to Pop Your Mind podcast. Today we'll be bringing you exciting content today. We will be discussing about depression, but before we dive straight to the main topic of today, let me introduce you to my co-host today. On my right is Enito. You already know from the last pom pom pom. And the smart punter.
Hey.
You know what that means. And Sinclair. And she's joining us today. We will be discussing on a topic. It's not just a depression. Oh, it's more than just depression. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Alright, so I know it's really a crazy topic because I know a lot of you out there are going through a lot. And we understand it's a normal thing because a lot of us have equally gone through it, and a lot of us have equally experienced it without even knowing. So we'll just be popping our mind on what we think about it, and we'll equally just be giving you some advice, tips on how you can manage whatever you're facing out today.
Yeah, just like that. Somebody can be watching at home and they're going through a lot, but they don't even know what is it. They don't know whether it's anxiety, they don't know whether it's depression, they don't know whether it's stress. So we're just here, like, to unpack it for you. And I just hope this is gonna be helpful, eh? Like, somebody's gonna get help today. They understand what they're going through, and yeah, because it's a serious thing, eh? People are committing suicide because of this thing.
Yes, and you probably might be going through some things, and maybe in the show you'll get to hear what is it exactly, because some of us are not aware of what leads to it. So probably you might hear something that you might relate to, or probably something that you're going through, and then you'll come to discover what it is, and you can get help for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true, because also with us, black people, especially South African black people, and our mothers, our grandmothers, I don't think they understand the concept of depression. I'm sure when a child comes to them like, I'm depressed, like what's that? Like
Yeah.
yeah,
They
overreact. Or when you see there's this trending video where you went to a therapy, the parent, and then you told them, and then you're like, oh, should we, everything else about being depressed now. They're just mocking you. But yeah, I think also it's good for educating as well. So
Very good, eh?
Okay.
And the actual truth is, it's not been very long I learned about depression. I can actually say that new words I added into my dictionary. And when I just get about sometimes 2018, I'm just hearing and surprised. You hear somebody jump from a four-story building and die because of depression. I'm like, what is this word, depression? And I actually hear somebody, I went to the doctor to consult because I was depressed. I'm like, hey,
Sometimes those people that you find, they drop themselves on high floors, it's probably someone you've been seeing every day, and that you can never tell from them, seeing them every day. You can't pick it.
It's like Ricky, for example, who thought Gucci is going through something.
No one.
and just like I didn't know what depression was until I actually learned it myself. Alright, can you quickly just help our audience out there, because I know a lot of them are watching that they are depressed and they don't actually know what depression is. So if you can please help them, explain to them what is depression and how that can be mitigated, that will be actually be nice.
Because I feel like depression, at the first, it felt like it was a whole trend for this Ama 2K. Yes, it felt like it's a trend because now TikTok, everyone is talking about depression. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp statuses, it's depression, I'm depressed. And then now it looks like it's just a small thing. It's just something you can just say, I'm depressed, even stressed. But I feel like there are people that even say, I'm depressed, referring to stress, just random stress. So what do you think about that?
I think what we should first see is you as a person. When you hear the word depression, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Like for me, I think it's more of something that can lead to death. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's stress. You know, I feel like it's the highest level of stress. Now it's like, it's you can't even
combo all in one.
Like, you can't control it, and it's like you reach the level where it's like there's nothing. It looks like there's no solution to it. You know, the solution is to either mostly people to commit suicide, or you just let yourself be in that state. You know, I think it's when you're in that kind of state for too long that now it's become depression. It's no longer stress now. Now it started as stress. Now it's like you've been on that. Now it's like you're depressed.
So the whole thing starts on stress, then builds to anxiety, and then depression. Okay.
Alright, so at what point actually can you call it depression? Because I know it's very normal for people to be stress work, home stress, or people because the economic is hard, they are unable to do one or two things, and there are certain things that as a man or as a woman it's a must do, and when they are unable to do all of those things they become stressed. But how do you manage it, or how does it actually escalate to depression?
For me, I think, as I said, I think if you stick on that, like let's say something happens, you're always stressed, you know, and you're always in that energy for too long, that you don't even try to do something about it, but you're just comfortable in that. I think that's when it becomes depression, because it's like you've been there for too long. So I think it becomes a depression when you're stressed for a long time.
Because most of the people, they get to be on anxiety. You get it? Like they'll be like, okay, this is anxiety, like anxiety disorders. You get it? Because mostly the doctors can diagnose that, and there's like medication on that can help on that. So it's a thing of stress building up, and it builds to anxiety. So mostly if you're stressed for more than 30 days, now it builds to anxiety, and before you know it, you're gonna get depressed. And that's why things get worse, because it means, like she was saying, it means you have been more worrying. You've been like in the world of worry. You're always thinking about negative things. Maybe they're gonna happen to you. Maybe you got stressed for too long about your academics, right? Then now you get to be stressed, and then anxiety without knowing, because this thing, it's really killing our people, right? It's killing the community, because people, they just get on that, but they don't even know what's happening. They need somebody to come up and be like, you're not like the way I know you. Something's wrong. Somebody must be able to pick that from a family member. It can be a friend, or it can be parents, teachers at school, anywhere.
I think we must try to understand that there is good stress and there's bad stress that can lead to anxiety. We have acute stress, where is your metric, like you're writing your exams, your work deadlines, submissions. That's the acute stress that we all go through, and I believe that is normal. And then we have the chronic stress. The chronic stress, it's the financial strains, toxic work environment. It can be taking care of being a caregiver. That can be.
But is there a time frame on that?
I don't think there can be a time frame. It's just an estimation of saying you can be stressed, like the prolonged stress way. It keeps on. It's an ongoing thing. You're financially stressed. It goes. And then that one takes you to anxiety. And when it gets to anxiety, even there, you can't say there is a time frame. It can take months to a year, and it can lead to depression. It's just that you are constantly on it. Probably sometime you don't. And even if you don't work on it, like if it's something you might not know it exists, so it's not easy for you to work on it, making sure that you get better. So it's gonna keep on cooking. It builds up until it leads you to depression. And once you are there, there's a long way it took for you to get to depression. So it's more harder for you to
actually get out from that, because you've been comfortable in that state.
Probably not even aware that you are in it.
And personally, sometimes I equally think they do misuse this word depression, because most of the time, especially at workplace, some people say they are depressed either because they don't want to come to work, and especially for ladies, they use it to get away with a lot of things.
They always complain.
Yeah, they use it to get away with a lot of things. They will be perfectly fine, but when you talk to them, hey, I'm depressed because of this nyama nyama.
And then, in most cases, you'll find out that it's the thing of Jolo. Jolo also is making people depressed. Jolo, it's killing our people. People are being stressed because of Jolo. So, what do you think about it? Like, guys, what do you think about it?
I think personal experience mostly. Like
Yes,
something
true. Personal experience.
Yeah, personal
On Jolo prospects, I think it's for those that get depression are those that stay in relationship with the hope of things changing or the relationship getting better. That's when the depression.
You were saying
When you are hopeful. When you are hopeful.
yes.
I give it to women.
You hit you today, tomorrow you're like, hey, also Shinja. Oh, it never gets to that point, but because you are hoping it's gonna get there. That's where it cooks for you.
You see, there, I'm giving it to women. And there is.
So what about
comes to dating,
so men don't do that?
But
men, you see,
They don't.
no, even when you give it to a woman, but you get into a relationship with the woman, and you get stressed every day, but yet they expect things to happen very quick. They demand every day, but yet in fact, they actually expect you to save and make things happen.
Yes.
That's not possible.
but I think with men, I think it's very quick for you to find another option. An option that will ease that up. When this one is giving you a problem,
Is it not women that always get options? Because you guys are shallow. We come to you
I
guys.
think if you say on women,
Like we come to you guys.
on the Jolo phase, we'll say women are more depressed. But when you come to men, men are mostly depressed when you have to look at your job opportunities, where you're doing applications, you're getting no responses, like your self-esteem is gone to zero. Even at home now, they don't take you as a somebody because you are not providing. Then your self-esteem is totally going down. I think that's what most men suffer from, that kind of depression.
Something. I feel like she's missing which part?
Pop it up.
Let me pop it up. Right?
Of course, you're the man, you know more.
I know, you're missing something.
That's fine.
You know what it is? For men to be depressed and to stress, it's women at some point.
Not
Yes.
really. I think as a man, men have that thing of wanting to be the provider. So as a man, as soon as you can't provide, it's taking away what, I don't know if I'll say nature or society expect from you, but as soon as you can't provide as you are expected, already that's something And the more you try to bring a solution to you being able to provide and still nothing is coming through, it's killing you even more. So
Yes.
can you see the routine?
And the truth is that the society puts that weight on us. You know, growing up as a man, they train you that you need to be the provider. And
Indota must.
before you know it, when you don't yet have money even to comb your hair, they start demanding. The worst is when you get into a relationship, you start getting, I need credit, my phone is bad. But when you complain that your own phone is bad, nobody says it.
Nobody comes like this other thing I saw on it was on TikTok, right? So they're saying when siblings need money, they go to parents, and parents maybe can send them to their brothers and sisters. When girlfriends need money, they go to their boyfriends. But then when boyfriends need money, where do they go?
To work. They must go to work.
They must go to work.
No, but there's some whole aspect of
Yeah, it depends on
The
how
relationship
strong the relationship is.
And you see that at the end of the day, men are the one that goes through, should I call it stress or depression?
They
Because
go through all those
All the
phases.
way.
at the end of the day, everything is expected from them.
Yes.
But you ladies, you could have your way out. Either you are calling for mommy or daddy, or you are calling for
Male bestie.
Oh, maybe. Wow.
Best
Not even
They have male
best
besties this one.
and men, I don't know what is actually happening with your brains. Because I personally think men we have a problem. If a man asks something for a favor, it's you mostly have questions like I'm equally going through difficulties. But if a woman asks you for favor,
So you're different.
the first thing in your mind is pride will kill you. You will not first of all start by even thinking you are equally going through your own challenges, but all what is in your mind is, hi, if I tell this lady that I don't have, it's like I'm not a man.
Yeah.
It goes back to men having that nature and then that they are providers. So as soon as you can't provide, already you are feeling like a
You're
failure.
feeling low now.
Exactly.
Because it's natural. It's natural. Like a man must protect, must provide, and all those things. And I feel like sometimes we get damaged by the way we confuse things ourselves. Like we get confused, and for being confused at that moment, we tend to do wrong things. For instance, I don't expect a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, even a 20-year-old to be like, I'm a man, I must provide. Because sometimes I feel like people tend to put themselves on positions that they're not yet there. And then now you expect yourself to provide. You're 20. You have a girlfriend.
It's not about
Sometimes it's not
it's
pushing yourself.
circumstances.
It's circumstances that put you there.
So in difference to ladies, because you guys sometimes you can be on a state of like you are with somebody, who's like 20, let's take you at 21. You'll be like, yeah, a man must provide. You're telling a 21-year-old, you're still young. You're not a man. You're not even a man that moment. But then they're saying you are a man. They're giving you the title, you are a man.
As much as they also give us a title that you're a woman by the age of 20,
But
21.
you know what I always
Do they
say.
do that?
Even when I go advise my young ones, I say that it doesn't matter your age. Even if you are 10 and you can use the internet and you can do something on your own, because it's boring when you need 10 rand, when you need 20 rand, you go asking for somebody. If you can start working, if you have the opportunity to start working even at 10, be responsible. Because especially for men, if you escape it even at 15, it will later catch you and it will not change. But if you have started providing by 15 and you have responsibilities by 22, it won't be any challenge.
It will be a habit
Yes.
because
But then let's restructure this. Now I'm doing the restructuring, right? We have personal goals. We still get depressed by personal goals.
True.
Like by this time I want to see myself here, right? And we have expectations. That's what I'm saying.
The consumption of social media.
Yes. And the society sometimes they have expectations on you that can lead to like a whole lot of depression.
Some are not
Same
realistic.
when you see
Yes.
like your classmates, people that you went to school with are
Yes.
somewhere, and then there's dads, and then we forget that we don't come from the same
Same,
background.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
I can't be somewhere with someone who has a whole different background from mine. That also leads you to the depression.
So for a moment, have you ever feel like that, like you are stressed, or you leave your stress level to reach depression because of certain forms of expectations?
Okay, I think for me, I can say I don't dwell on it, because from where I am today, if I ever feel some type of way or when I start thinking negative, as I look back, like what I've accomplished, where I've come from, like the background that I've come from, I look at that and to me today, and I'm like, nah. I might not know where that person is coming from, but for myself personally, I feel like I'm on the right track and I'm moving at my own pace. I don't dwell on it much. I feel like we all have different parts, so my one is moving at this kind of pace, so I don't put stress on myself.
So, but have you experienced depression?
Yes, I have. I think I was 10, 11. I had recently lost my parents, my dad in 2007 and my mom in 2008. And I don't think I mourned their death. I don't think I cried about it. I never cried about it until when I moved in with my grandmother. I was assigned as personal social worker. So for every sessions that we had, it was like a therapy session where I had to speak with her, like, and for every session that we had, I think for a whole month straight up, for every session that we had, she'll come, I'll sit there, she'll sit here, and every time I try to talk, there'd be that very big lump on my throat. You know that lump is gonna kill us one day. That big lump in my throat, and I'll just let it out. I would cry, I'd cry for a whole month straight up, and as time went on, I was able to start talking, I'd talk, and I think within 3 months, I was able to tell her a story, even memories of my parents, of how the relationship was, and today I can talk about it without even being emotional about it, because I overcame whatever that I was going through, and after those sessions, I could feel the lightness on myself. It's okay. Like, I don't think about it anymore. Like, I don't have restless sleep now. I can sleep comfortably. Like, it was okay for me. I felt better. But I had to go through those one-on-ones and confront my fears, that having to come into terms that they are no more here. I'm all by myself. So I had to face it.
So what I'm picking from
to
that,
get through it.
if it's like somebody who's watching, and they can be like going through the same thing, it's safe for you to have one-on-one sessions. That's a lesson that I picked from that. Don't die from the inside. Get yourself a therapy, social workers, like she mentioned, and that can be very helpful.
Allow yourself to go through the emotions, because the more you keep it inside, the more damage you're causing into yourself, and it's going to be continuous stress because you never dealt with your past traumas, so it's going to somehow catch up with you. It can be triggered by something that's happening now that has nothing to do with it, but because it's still there, it's going to catch up with you.
But my question is, as you guys saying, you're recommending therapy and all those things. Let's say someone is in an environment where they can't open up to anyone. Number one. Number two, they don't have the information to where do I go to, in terms of a therapy or a social workers. They don't have that access or that information per se. Like, how do they go about
Those are 3 good questions, right?
Okay.
Those are good questions, yes.
I think for those type of questions, I think you'd have to probably find someone who's been through a similar situation as you. Like, for example, if you feel like you are poor, probably you are working and you are earning 5,000 a month, and you feel like you are poor, all those stories. Go to an environment that has people who are very less fortunate, who are probably unemployed at all, probably sleep with cabbage and putu every day, and then when you get to those people, you'll feel that you are privileged to be where you are, because there are people who are in situations like that. So it's probably going to be a solution where you expose yourself to people who are going through the same situation or less privileged than you
So
are, and then you're gonna feel.
that's for the person, eh? So that's for the person who already we have identified why they depressed. Okay,
think
the person,
prayer
because
is
now,
one.
because I feel like there's a lot of people, ne, that they don't know,
Yeah.
they don't know they're depressed, and they don't know what they're going through.
All right. If I'm to talk on my own personal experience,
Yes.
I don't know. I know a lot of people are watching out there from different faith background. I'm a Christian, and I equally do study my Bible, and that's what makes me to be able to control my state of mind at any time. I always feel I'm very privileged, like she rightly mentioned.
Yes. That's a good one,
Anytime I tried on certain things, I fail or I'm stressed because of certain things, I always just look back and I will always see a lot of people behind me, a lot of people wishing they could be where I am, and that's what gives me hope. And if I start crying or killing myself that I couldn't achieve this or I don't have the possibility to achieve this, somebody that is admiring where I am, what should the person then do? So those are certain things that give me hope. Yeah. So and it has again to do a lot with your mindset, the way you think. For example, somebody that is always scared, a lot of things can actually give you heart attack. But if you build your mind to be able to resist certain things, to be able to not push yourself to get to somewhere, it will actually help you a lot in life.
So far you're saying gratitude, no fear.
Yeah.
Because let's help somebody, right? I know there's like a person, ne, that is depressed, but they don't know they're depressed.
Okay, so basically you wanna mention the symptoms of depression. How do you
Yes.
know you are depressed?
Let's get to the symptoms.
Okay.
Because now you're depressed, you're watching at home or you're watching wherever you're watching from. You don't know you're depressed. Your life is hard. You don't know you're depressed. Just like most of the people that got diagnosed of depression or anxiety, they're not even aware what's happening. So let's get to that part. We have the symptoms of depression.
Or for what leads.
Or for anxiety, yes, which is what leads to, so, let's go to that, which is, okay, you're going to explain it.
Yeah, I can start. I think from what I know, I stand to be corrected. I think from what I know, it could be, in sleepless nights, insomnia, where you can't sleep constantly, you isolate yourself from society. There's a difference from you isolating yourself from society and being an introvert. So there's an introvert that everybody knows that you're an introvert. Yes, you can be social, but with your circle, with your people that you're close. And then there's that one who isolates them even from those people that they are close to, friends, family. That's when it's a symptom of that can lead to anxiety or depression.
I think to add to that, now kind of when you say an introvert, you know, growing up with this person or knowing this person, this is how they are. But with this, a depressed person, it's like all of a sudden, like what's happening?
Changes,
now?
And also, if you check, you must also pay attention to physical symptoms, like muscles paining on your neck, your hands paining, numbness, and you always overthinking. Your mind is always on a race. So if it's like that, I think it's very good to go see a doctor.
True. And just to add on that, being easily irritated all the time, that also falls as a symptom. Finding it hard to connect with people.
Finding motivation as well.
True, low self-esteem. Yes, it also goes back to having low self-esteem. And if you are not finding something that's going to help you get out of it, could either be support from family, surroundings, or your friends. It could either be self-care, catering to yourself, taking care of yourself, having health routines like diets.
That's the more of thinking. Take it physical, take walks, be around people, get something that's gonna make you busy. And trust me, you're gonna escape anxiety, you're gonna escape the whole stress, and you're gonna escape depression.
I think on my side, as I said before, tap in your spirituality. You know, I think spirituality like heals in so many ways, whether in whichever how you whatever that you believe in spiritually, you know, like tap on that. And I think also nature heals, like go on hikes, be outside, be in a very quiet place where you can actually think. Don't be afraid to think, you know, don't run away from it, just feel everything. If you have to cry, let it out, like don't bottle things, you know, just let it be, you know. And yeah, I think that also helps, you know, like, because I think running away from it is the problem, but actually accepting that, okay, this is how I'm feeling. It's you having capabilities of knowing how do I move on to how I'm feeling, you know. That's when you start looking for solutions to how I should deal with what I'm actually dealing with, which is depression, you know. And yeah, don't push people away, especially people who care about you. Be around them most of the time, you know, talk to them, and yeah.
Those were like wise words.
To my audience out there, thank you so much for keeping the show running. I'll plead with you all, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to our YouTube and our Facebook channel. We will be dropping this out every week. So we will be bringing you interesting content, interesting topics, and we will be hearing your own opinion. So pop up your own opinion on the comment section below. Anything that you would like us to bring to the show, pop it up in the comment section.
Pop it up.
And if you want us to invite you on our show, still pop up your mind there, and we will reach out to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Signing out.
Bye.